Alright, so welcome to my final main playthrough of Final Fantasy 1, part of Voat Plays Final Fantasy. We're coming towards the end of the month, and I kind of wasted the last week pretty much just trying to get 100%. So for those of you who aren't completely familiar, 100% consists of completing every dungeon, getting every item, and then fighting every monster at least once in the entire game, which isn't really too hard, it seems. But the biggest issue is several of the monsters just are extremely hard to just even find. So the two that comes to mind specifically are Warmech and Iron Golem, which I just finally got about 20 minutes ago, maybe now. And I was screwing around, and I've already beat Chaos once, but I didn't save so I could actually go back and finish getting Iron Golem without having to replay the entire freaking game. So all of that to say that I'm about to head over to the Chaos Temple and see how quickly I can actually beat everything. We may split this into two videos depending on how long it is. I know some people don't like to sit and watch videos when they start getting too lengthy. So, just gonna finish doing one thing and we'll head on over there, okay? Alright, here we go. So, those who don't know where the Chaos Temple it is also known as the Temple of Fiends, aka where you first went against Garland at the very beginning of the game. You're like, well, I walked the entire length of the temple. How did I not see that before? Well, that's because you have to go over here and teleport into 2,000 years into the past to the original Temple of Chaos before it was destroyed. Those of you who've actually watched some of my other parts of the stream, you'll have noticed my biggest complaint is the staircases. Oh my god, they're horrible. You take one staircase, you go up 3 or 4 floors, you take another staircase, and then suddenly you went up on the left side and you end up on the bottom right hand side, or vice versa. Just incredibly inconsistent, doesn't make sense. Must be magic or something. That was a pretty good start. The fact that I made it this far with only one encounter is great. 2 encounters at this point, again, pretty decent. XP at this point is completely useless. I am at level 50 on all guys. I have all of the items in the game, so all the best equipment. So really at this point it's just going through and trying to beat them as quickly as possible. I need to switch Fred and Steve around real quick so Fred stops taking such a pounding. I'm not too worried about health overall, just depending on the number of battles I have to go through. I might start trying to run through a couple of these matches. You can never tell with Black Knights if you'll actually get away. If I think I have to go through more than one round of attacks, then in order to try and get away, which I probably would have with the Black Knights, I'll just stick it out. Oh shoot. It's really hard to get away from many of the dragons, but I'll most likely kill all of them in one round of attacks, so I don't see it really is that big of a deal. The dragon zombies do have like 380 health, so red mages are strong, but they're not that strong. Formation. You know what? I think Bob does well on bottom, if you know what I mean. So this is the almighty Death Eye. Super scary guy, I know, right? Wow. It's actually a pretty strong attack. Alright. Goes. Some people might wonder why I even bother moving my attacks around. Only because Fred and Bob really aren't guaranteed to kill all of these monsters with their standard attack in one go. So I'd rather have them team up on a single person. Something I find that happens if you just try and let the auto attack do it for you is that more than likely they're gonna end up attacking right before either Steve or Jeff do, and then their attack's wasted. Someone that should have definitely died is still alive for no reason at all. And like this worked out pretty well. And then I also didn't have to use MP for both Fred and Bob. Cure magic is definitely invaluable at this point. This run was only 280 health. I thought it was 380. Awesome. See, I went in the left. I'm now over on the right side. Ooh. I said I was going to try and run away from some of them at least. The purple worm and the lava worm, I have not been able to successfully run away from those guys. The golems, by far easiest ones to run away from. Oh man, I hate the white dragons. They have an attack called Ice Storm, which probably the most annoying and the strongest attack that you have to deal with. I might get lucky. Okay. I should be able to actually kill all of them now, and that'll be great. Good. Alright. My goal is to not have to really heal until I get right before the first main boss. And even then, I don't like to actually have to heal, but for the last 2 times now that I've had to fight him, he's used Flare as his very first attack, and that just absolutely decimates the red mages. The last time I fought, which I'm not sure if I'll actually end up posting it to the YouTube, he did 380 damage on Fred, and Bob took about 300 damage. Well, there's just nothing you can really do about that, and you can't control who attacks first. I'm fighting the Noma just because of the fact that, again, very difficult to run away from, and I would rather take my chances of killing them instead of wasting a couple of turns running away. Now, like, if I had a thief, or I guess it would be a ninja at this point, has a much higher chance of running away, would be much more valuable. But fairly useless as far as things go for running away whenever you have 2 warriors and 2 red mages. Alright, almost to the first boss. Alright. Cool, like, it's not the worst position I could be in. Of course, I say that, then I run into yet another attack. I feel like there's a spawn square for the Noma, because it is always the same fight right before I run into the Lich, whatever. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. Alright. Bling, 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 bling. Kind of a wasted potion there at the end. As long as I still have 50 left, I think we'll be in excellent condition overall. Because going from this one to Merilith isn't really that bad. Flare. See, right off the bat, like, how do you can't do anything about that. See how much damage it does. 254 on Bob, pretty substantial. I had earlier stream where I had Fred and Bob pretty low HP, both of them died almost instantly. I just turned off the emulator at that point and restarted the game. I wasn't gonna try and play that game. They're the only way I have to get out of here, so it isn't like I could have warped. Just kind of have to exit, accept the loss. If the fire lizard is with the fire gigas, I will fight him. Just because the fire gigas, you're not always guaranteed to run away. And also, they have this really nasty habit of doing close to 90 to 100 damage occasionally. And you don't want to give them an opportunity to do that much damage twice. It's not an easy thing to recover from. Oh my god, Fred. You had one job. Oh, look at Jeff breaking 1,000 there. But no. Fred, failing as always. .420 plays it. YOLO. I think I just lost 3 followers for saying that alone, right? Yeah, I'll be fine. Alright, Merilith. I could use the steal and haste strategy, but honestly her health is still pretty freaking low. It's gonna probably take 2 turns to kill her anyways. Oh, lucked out. Only one turn. So, might as well just smash A. Alright. This